I'm Barbara Goldberg-Goldman, co-chair of the Affordable Housing Conference of Montgomery County, Maryland. And the video you're seeing today is being presented to show you that since 1935, a great deal has changed with respect to affordable housing. We have a film clip from an FHA government-produced promotional film. We'll hear from County Executive Ike Leggett about his efforts making sure that affordable housing will be available to all residents in Montgomery County.
"1928 was a good building year. Almost $3 billion worth of new residential construction saw the light of day. But in 1929, even before the Depression became general, building dropped off to slightly under $2 billion. Year after year throughout the Depression, this decline continued. Each succeeding drop meaning thousands more men laid off in the building and allied industries. Until in 1934, all of the new homes built in the United States were worth only $227 million. A decline of 92% from 1928. But due to the stimulation of the National Housing Act, 1935 presents a different picture. From every section of the country come reports of vastly increased building activity. Now, in these pictures, we show you a few of the thousands of houses of all types that are currently under construction as a result of this building boom. We show you a few of the hundreds of thousands of men whom it has put back to work, some of them after years of idleness. Carpenters, bricklayers, masons, plumbers, men from every division of the building trades are getting an honest day's work. And this reemployment is not limited to the building trades. For every man put to work on a house, several more are engaged in making the needed materials and transporting them to where they are to be used. This coffee end that comes out of a pay envelope tastes a lot sweeter than the same food when it's bought with a relief check. This tidal wave of new construction is an important contribution to the economic rebuilding of America. Home ownership is the basis of a happy, contented family life. And now, through the use of a National Housing Act insured mortgage, is brought within the reach of all citizens on a monthly payment plan no greater than rent. Thousands of people get a big thrill out of looking at model houses, and a much bigger thrill when they buy one. This couple is going through a model house now. Suppose we follow them. The husband apparently isn't very keen about it all, but you know how wives are. So in they go to this delightful living room. The girl is tremendously impressed with the room and its furnishings, but the fellow still just doesn't seem interested. Just give him, a good book and a comfortable chair. Until his wife sees him, then it's a different story. Get up out of there, boy, and get going. They find that the dining room is small, but adequate for their small family and for moderate entertaining. And so they pass on to the kitchen. This cheerful room with its many handy cabinets impresses even this skeptic. And his wife is entranced by the modern flat-top stove. And by such convenient features as the sturdy built-in ironing board. Well, now let's see what we find upstairs. First, a peek into the guest room with its modern furniture. Then a glance into the bathroom with its glass dressing table. He likes this, even though the water isn't turned on yet. Just a fleeting glimpse of the nursery, for they don't need this room yet. And then a thorough inspection of the master bedroom. This canopy bed strikes his fancy, and it seems quite comfortable, too. But the wife is more interested in the ample closet space. And so they leave, reluctantly it seems, for they both would like to have this place for their very own. Too bad they can't afford it. Ah, but maybe they can. For according to this sign, they can buy this house with monthly payments that are less than they now spend for rent.
It is my pleasure to welcome you to the 18th Annual Affordable Housing Summit. Since I last addressed the summit, much has changed. The national economic recession has deepened. What began as a housing credit crunch has expanded into an entire world financial fabric. Housing values and tax revenues are down, and unemployment and foreclosures are up. But some critical things have changed for the better. There's a new administration in Washington, and a new can-do spirit is becoming apparent in our nation. Millions of dollars from the American Recovery and Reinvestment Act of 2009 has begun flowing from federal agencies to state capitals and county seats across the country. A good portion of the stimulus package will assist us with preserving housing and community needs. We have, for example, $4.6 million to weatherize up to 900 housing units, and we've obtained $2.1 million to prevent homelessness and put homeless households back into the housing. And in addition, our county will receive $1.3 million in block grant funding. However, one thing hasn't changed. You, the attendees of the Affordable Housing Summit, remain committed to the preservation and development of affordable housing throughout Montgomery County. 8 panels are presented on vital topics, including investment strategies, green housing initiative, faith-based programs, and the resurgence of rental housing as a force in the housing market. I urge you to make the most of the expertise assembled here. Enjoy your money, and I will see you at lunch. Have a great day.
Today, the average monthly rent for a 2-bedroom apartment is $1,200, and the median home sales price is over $400,000. This is not affordable to the majority of people who live in our area. The Housing Opportunities Commission of Montgomery County actually has a waiting list of more than 30,000 applicants that are combined for public housing and the Housing Choice Voucher program. The disparity between jobs, housing, and transportation is critical when given how many people are on this HOC waiting list. The resurgence of rental housing is now. Haven't all of us, if not most of us, lived in an apartment at some point in our lives? And weren't we good renters? We must end the stigma that seems to be attached to renters. Change seems to be the operative word when reflecting upon what has actually transpired in America, and specifically in the housing market since 2008. And as you can see, the news is not all bad. And that's why the Affordable Housing Conference of Montgomery County is presenting this video. And I'm here to say that a new day for affordable housing is upon us. There are many reasons for optimism. I want to thank County Executive Ike Leggett and his remarkable staff for sharing with us his commitment and resolve for increasing affordable housing. And thank you for joining me and the conference in our mission to highlight the need to create and preserve affordable housing right here in Montgomery County, Maryland, and its surrounding area.